You ask a chatbot a question, and it answers like it understands you, like it's thinking it through. It isn't. Under the hood, it's doing one thing, over and over, faster than you can blink. It's guessing the next word. That's it. That's the whole trick. A large language model is a next word prediction machine, and everything else is just detail. Once you really see that one mechanism, the rest of AI stops feeling like magic. In the next few minutes, we're going to pull this machine apart and look at three things: the tokens your words get turned into, the context window the model reads from, and the prediction loop it runs to write every single reply. Let's start with the smallest piece, the token. When you type a sentence, you see words. The model never does. Before anything else happens, your text gets chopped into tokens, small chunks that might be a whole word, part of a word, or even just a space or a comma. Take a real sentence. I can't wait to ship my first AI feature. Most of those words are common, so each one becomes a single token. But can't splits into two pieces, can and apostrophe T, because the model treats that apostrophe as its own little unit. And the splitting isn't random. Tokens tend to line up with meaningful fragments. The word cooking, for example, breaks into cook and ing, and the model reuses those same fragments across thousands of other words. Here's something that surprises people. Feed the exact same sentence to an older model and a newer one, and you'll often get a different number of tokens back. Same words, different way of slicing them. As a rough rule for English, one token is about 4 characters, or roughly 3/4 of a word. So 100 tokens works out to about 75 words. Now, every token a model can recognize lives in one fixed list, and that list is called its vocabulary. For a modern model, it holds more than 100,000 tokens, and the model can only ever use pieces from inside it. Think of it like an alphabet. 26 letters can spell any word in English. In exactly the same way, those 100,000 tokens snap together to build any text the model reads or writes. So why should you care about little chunks of text? Because tokens are the unit of money. You don't pay a language model per question or per minute. You pay per token, both the tokens you send in and the tokens it generates back out. And generating output almost always costs more than reading input. Look at real pricing. It's quoted per million tokens. To generate 1,000,000 tokens, a cheaper model might charge around $5, while a top-tier model charges around $25. That's 5 times the price for the exact same words. Let's make that concrete. Imagine you have a model write a short novel, call it 120,000 tokens. On the cheaper model, that costs you about 60 cents. On the flagship, about $3. Same novel, 5 times the bill. The only thing that changed was which model held the pen. So every word in your prompt and every word in the answer ticks a meter. Tokens aren't a technical footnote. Tokens are the invoice. Now let's look at the engine itself. You've handed the model a sequence of tokens. What does it actually do? It predicts the single most likely next token, not the whole answer, not a sentence, just one token. And it doesn't guess blindly. It assigns a probability to every single token in its vocabulary. After the words, "The capital of France is," the token Paris might get more than 90%, Lyon gets a sliver, and 100,000 other tokens split up whatever's left. Then it picks one. And here's the part most people miss. It glues that new token onto the end of your text, feeds the whole thing back in, and predicts again. Predict, append, repeat. That loop, running one token at a time, is the entire act of writing an answer. The model isn't planning the sentence ahead, it's walking it, one step at a time, and every step is shaped by everything that came before it. It keeps going until it predicts a special end token, its own way of saying, "I'm finished." So, when you strip it all down, this is autocomplete. Spectacular autocomplete that has read most of the internet. But autocomplete. It isn't looking up a fact in a database, it's predicting what plausibly comes next. And that word, plausibly, is doing a lot of work. Ask the model something open-ended. Say, "My favorite color is," and there's no single correct next token. It might be blue, it might be green. The model effectively rolls the dice across all the likely options. Ask the same thing tomorrow, get a different role, and a different answer. Hold on to that idea. It explains a lot of strange behavior later on. So the model predicts the next token from the text in front of it, which raises the obvious question. What exactly counts as in front of it? That's the context window, and it might be the most important number you're not thinking about. A model's context window is the maximum amount of information it can take in and remember within a single interaction. That includes your instructions, the whole conversation so far, any documents you've pasted in, and the tokens it's generating right now. All of it, measured in tokens. And the size is fixed. Early models could only see a couple thousand tokens at once. Today's frontier models can hold around 1 million, and one open model advertises 10 million. To picture 1 million tokens, that's roughly 7 thick novels, all pasted in at the same time. Now here's the fact that catches almost every developer off guard the first time. Between one request and the next, the model remembers nothing. It is completely stateless. It has no memory of your previous message. So how does a chatbot seem to remember your conversation? The answer is simple and honestly a little absurd. On every single turn, the entire conversation gets sent again, from the very beginning. The window is the memory. There is nothing else underneath it. That has 2 big consequences. First, the window fills up. Once you push past its limit, the oldest tokens drop off the edge, and the model genuinely forgets how the conversation started. Second, you pay for the whole window on every turn. A long conversation isn't just slower. It's a meter that keeps climbing, because you keep resending all of it. And here's a twist worth planting for later. A bigger window isn't automatically a better one. Pack it too full, and the quality of the answers can quietly drop. Managing that well is its own skill, and it's a whole video further down the line. There's one more piece, and then the picture is complete. That window isn't just a soup of text. It's organized into roles, and there are 3 of them. First, the system message, the standing instructions. It defines who the model is and how it should behave. Something like, you are a support assistant for an online store. Keep your answers short. Second, the user messages. That's the human talking. Where's my order? Number 1138. And third, the assistant messages, the model's own earlier replies, kept inside the window so each new turn still has the full thread. Underneath, all 3 get flattened into one long string of tokens, joined together by special marker tokens the model was trained to recognize. But the mental model that matters is the stack. The system message sits on top, and the conversation runs below it, turn by turn. And that top instruction quietly shapes every prediction underneath it. That's the real secret to controlling these models. You don't retrain them, you just change what's sitting in the window. So let's run the whole machine once, end to end. You send in a window, the system message, the chat history, and your new question, all as tokens. The model reads it, predicts one token, appends it, and loops until it hits the end token. Then it hands back the reply, and you pay for the input plus the output. That's the entire cycle. A black box, turned into a pipeline you can see. So here's the one sentence worth keeping. A language model is a next token predictor, reading a fixed window of tokens. Sit with that, and the rest falls out of it. It charges per token because it runs on tokens. It forgets because the window is its only memory. Long context is slow and expensive because you resend it every turn. Your exact wording matters because you're steering a prediction, not querying a database. And it can be confidently, completely wrong because it predicts plausible tokens, not the truth. We'll fix that last one later. So now you know what a language model actually does. But look a little closer at that window. When the model predicts the next word, it's staring at hundreds of earlier tokens at once, and they don't all matter equally. When you wrote order number 1138, how did it know to grab the number and ignore the word the? That one move, choosing what to pay attention to, is the engine inside every model you've ever used, and it has a name. Attention. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, where we break down exactly how attention works.